folks, we'll talk about mooring lines today. When you coil mooring lines, you coil from what's called the bitter end. And you coil right-hand lays. The rope is a right-hand lay rope. So as you coil it, you twist it to the right. That will ensure that there are no twists in the line. Your loops, you want to be reasonably long, reasonably open, so that they don't twist and that when you're actually using it, it'll come apart fairly easily. So we loop from the bitter end to the eye. We twice, 3 times around the line itself, back through the top loop, and there's your mooring line coiled. The reason we coil from the bitter end is that you can just hand that eye straight to the people you're working with and the line will fall out in your hand. Another reason we do it this way is that at night, when you're working at night quickly, you know that you will have the loop in your hand. So the lines are always coiled the same way.
If you find a rope that's been coiled this way with access only to the bitter end, it's incorrect. It needs to be recoiled.
The important thing is that we tie the clove hitch when the fender is on the outside of the rail, not on the inside. So fender's over the side, weight, the fender is taken below the rail. The line goes through, the weight is then taken above the rail, back through, second loop, tied off. This means that you can then adjust the height of the fender relatively easy. It's important both when we're coming alongside and when we're rafting that you look at the height of the jetty or the height and bow and stern curve of the vessel that we're rafting with. Coming alongside jetty height is very, very important with high and low tides.
Okay, how to throw a rope correctly. Start with the rope in the coiled position, remove the loop, attach the loop to the bollard, put a second twist in just to secure it. Good quality rope in the typical fashion. So you've got a comfortable length. Obviously hanging onto the bitter end in your left hand, and then just throw the coils over the standing part so that's not going to get in your way. And the throw involves throwing while simultaneously just separating the two hands to maximise the catchment area.
The crew member is taking the skipping rope mooring line from the forward hatch and is now preparing the rope which he will use like a skipping rope to cast over the post on the jetty. Having done that, he quickly applies both the eye loops to the outermost forward bollard on the boat. He is now checking the height of the bollard as the skipper brings the boat in, so that there is maximum protection for boat and jetty. The crew member is preparing the rope as the skipper eases the boat into the jetty. He has now looped around the post, retrieves the line,
So we make one full turn, one wrap, two wraps, three wraps, four wraps. The wraps to my side of the post, lock off with the line coming up, not with the line coming down. Then curl your line on the deck. Ruby, come here for a sec, please. Come here. Ruby's just going to inspect. Up you get. Have a look. Is that all right? Does that look? Yes, that's pretty good. Ruby's approved that. That is an approved method of tying a mooring line off on a stern cleat on R100. Thanks, Ruby.
Yep, go ahead.
Forward crew member has retrieved the skipping rope. The skipper is able to see that all is clear and the boat moves away. Crew members retrieve the fenders when instructed by the skipper, and if returning them to the stern, they come down on the port side so that they are not obstructing the skipper's vision. This sequence will show the mooring technique alongside the fueling jetty where there are tyres. The crewman has passed the mooring rope under the rail, holding the loop end in his arm. He will now feed the loop end through the tyre and return it to the bollard. Similarly, at the stern, the crewman has passed the rope through the tyre and tied it off with the eye and the tail midships. This sequence involves casting off from the jetty. The skipper asks the crew in the stern to remove that mooring line, which has been done. The skipper then rotates the stern out into the waterway, and the crewman on the foredeck is waiting to disengage the forward mooring line. Which will run easily back out through the tyre and cannot get caught behind the post